Hello, everyone. Collective. All right. Now, this reading is going to be about Sagittarius. Okay. This is going to be part two. Now, I already did the first of Sagittarius. Now, it was a lot. I have a lot of information, but I'm just going to let you go and figure out what's going on in the energy. When I talk about energy, it's environment. It means everything. That's fire, that's water, that's air, that that is earth. So all the energy is traveled. That means I'm talking about internet. I'm talking about fast travel. That means destination. That means it's a signal. It's a mark. It's something to give you the I would call it more of a clairvoyant, more to steer the wheel. We talking about chariot, talking about the individual of a person, you as you're driving through this travel, this journey, and as you go through this journey, it's a lot of things, good and bad. It's a balance here, but sometimes it's two way on the scale, if that makes sense. If you ever look at Libra, it's never even Steven. It's one is higher than the lower, meaning positive, negative. If you paid attention on the scale, it's never even. Okay, that makes sense. Now, since you already know I'm talking about Libras, that's air. Okay. Now, so knowing I believe that it is the full moon that we had was Libra. Okay. And what Libra is about, it's justice. Okay. And she is the lady, the one to hold the scales. Now, so let's get back to that because we're talking about ladies. We're talking about ladies, women, woman. I'm being understanding it's about the mother, and it's about mother, daughters, grandmothers, even grandmas, the ones that has a lot of grandkids, and she said, "I'm not ready for for grandma, but I glam kids." I'm talking about nieces. I'm talking about the girls. Now, now I'm in here for reasons. Is really, a person, when they kind of think they know you, but they really don't know you. You play the game with them. A person play with a game, and 9 or 10. As a woman is on there, all the boards of the queen, we're talking about a game of chess. Understand, she play too, but we allow someone else that know you more and let them find. It's like this. It's a game, and who wins? It's a challenge. I said shout out New York Apollo, if that resonates. So that means that, well, it's a game, and everybody is on that game, and everybody has a part to play as a piece. All right, as far as on the game. Okay, I got different ones. One thing I learned about tarot, then everything is like, oh, now it's a game. Now it's a tarot cards. Kipler. That's some. It's some other stories. It's about things that pass. We talking about generation of the tree. For a long time, it's like the number one book and is the Bible. But after that, you have all these books. This is like everybody has been through and went through that, or your ancestors went through that. It's like a knowledge of things. It's spiritual, but it's the learning of it on your journey, your travel, and as you go. That some people that are compromising and some is uncompromising. Meaning like, what? You got the promise. But are you compromised? Are you come to promising or not? Does that make sense? It's always a positive negative. Okay. Now, what gets me with that is compromise is the visionary. And we're talking about Sagittarius. Sagittarius the visionary, okay? Now, you're like, well, everybody is. But it's all the whole 12. The whole 12. I was trying to explain about I said when I first started this using my videos, I didn't know which way to go. I was like, well, I don't know what to go. And I was like, would I go this way? And I was like, it's a lot of people ain't understand that because it's like another language. It is a language, but it's not a language for everybody. It's like not to think it's pride about the person is speaking. It is, she is a teacher. I am a teacher. And my teacher is for to have the understanding to use your crafts and your gifts, whatever you have and whatever you like. And I'm always just trying to explain, but not really detail what it is. It's just being yourself. And I know yourself was been with me when I first started, was yourself. And it took me some time because I didn't have, I'm like, well, I don't know how to do this. So I didn't know which way I was going to go. This way, I said, no. And then I'm like, oh, battles. I'm like, okay, now I can't use all my skills. I got to put everything in one box. I said, no, I want to be free. And with that is spirit. Everything is a spirit. First, spirit is first. And that is extra stuff. Okay? And you'll figure it out. That's not my job to teach you that, but it's just trying to open your mind. I'm here is to, it's like something open the box. And you got a lot of things. And you're trying to learn as you go. It's like, I'm giving out, but I'm learning as I go. Because I didn't say I had it all. I'm saying I'm traveling on my chariot. I'm holding the wheel. That means that it's always change with it. Okay? Now, when I'm dealing with, I'm really trying to say I'm coming from the women. So there it is, and there is so. Now, I'm dealing with that because I'm a mother. I'm in that area, so I can't talk about mother because I had children myself. So that means that I have mothering gifts, and to give to somebody that wants to take it or to give it to somebody else. First thing is, a mother has plenty of duties, period. Okay? Now, people always trying to say, oh, I don't know how to get her. I don't know, somebody trying to get in the front of the wheel, but you can't get in front of me because I'm the girl can go all kinds of ways here. I can go the bad guy, I can go a good guy. You know what I'm saying? I can do anything. But when somebody trying to control the front of the steering wheel and trying to block me out, it's because they don't understand, or they trying to stop my way of my holding my wheel. Okay, now let's get on Sagittarius. This is women. You see, it's that moon. Now let's talk about it. I'm coming for the women because it's the functions of it. Now that means that if you're a male, okay, you have functions, okay, and junctions. Now, let's not try to put, we're trying to not take away the men. They are important too, but I'm trying to understand that somebody have to do certain things. I did that with the first video. Now let's get back in this because I want to be a balance because this is about Libra. It's about communications. Okay. Now we got that Gemini retrograde coming back again. I'm like, oh boy, coming back again. So that means about technology, communications, and how you speak. Now let's get back on the 6th. When I figured out about the issues with this, I wrote some things down, and with that 6th house. And then I had Pluto. So with me, if I don't understand something, I go and read. Okay? It's just learning as we go. Now I'm going to give you some things in here. The question that started me with all of it is Pluto. You know, that is why. This right here said, why Pluto not? So I was like, okay, well, when I say energy, what I mean read, as I read different things in this world, and I'm in it, right? So I'm up here asking questions. So I'm searching. So I'm asking, I seen it. It was maybe about 6 months ago. Matter of fact, about 10 months ago that I was thinking, I was like, why I'm seeing Pluto, certain things negative about Pluto. Well, if I don't know, I'm going to ask, okay? That's one of it. Now, another card, this one says here, you probably can't see it. It said, Pluto can't talk. How do they transmute? Okay? Pluto can't talk, but how do they transmute? These are questions. Pluto is a terror, it said, that is terror, what is that? Terrorist, what do they call it? I call it terrestrial, I can't even, like, I can say it, but the communication is real. Now, it's trying to say it correctly. It's like the terrestrial, I'm going to pass it by, but I'm going to say it's some type of, okay, put it like this. I'm going to say it like this. It's terrestrial trials. I broke it down. Okay, so we're talking about trial. Now we're coming back for the moon. Moon is Libra, and it's about trials, and somebody's on trial. That means that that type of energy transmute. That means somebody's transmute or somebody is at mute. Okay, somebody traveling. through about a mute. Mute can all, it doesn't really mean about something's been muted neither, but it can be. But mute could also mean, has to do with the different things of musical sheets where we use for different types of notes and different things. Okay, so understanding that has to do with a lot of little philosophical different things. Okay, it means that it is songs, and I said songs because I'm spiritual. I can undo it all because that means that I'm able to understand what spirit is about. It's a lot of gifts because this is what it's all about in the first. So when you're divinely guided, chosen, store seed, spiritually, you're able to do all of it. That means the bodies that trying to understand the gifts that you already have. So it's like the gifts been given. Now you're trying to catch up. Does that make sense? Okay. So Pluto is gone. Question everything. So it's like, well, we got some battle royale going on here. It's a verse this and verse that. Because I said, what's going on with Pluto? What's the reason? And I was like, I already know with Pluto, the house is in it, right? We on them stings. I call that Scorpio sting. Now, that kind of, there's a lot of things about it. It's about land, okay? It's about earth, okay? And earth, what it's about, okay? So the questions I asked about it is about a lot of kings and queens. I always say kings and queens because that means a woman or a man, and that keeps balance. And the job is for someone else to go and search out of the matter, because that's what kings and queens do, is to get the understanding. You may already have the gifts, but not understand what you have. That's the purpose. And that means you have purpose. That means right. First card I got here. It says Star Child. Okay? Can't see it. It's too bright in here. But anyway, Star Child. The force be with you. 944, ending a mess. Protection at all times. Okay, so let's stop right there. Now I said, okay. Now, first thing was the ending of a mess and a protection at all times. That means you are always protected in a mess. Then the force, force be with you. It's had 1101. And 944 was the ending of a mess and protection of all. But now, letting you know, that came after that. It's about the Star Child. So the war is we always say the war is within you. Within. That's within. Okay, that means that you're able to do anything. Okay. Now, but you have spirit and you also have soul. So you dealing with what force is from your soul and your spirit. Now, it's a different way to find ways of some of the things that you can read. You can calm yourself down, or you can be as a bag. Somebody can put you in a bag, and then you can take it out and make your light low, or you can make it very heavy. But as I'm paying attention of someone cutting in front of my chariot, either it's trying to slow me down or it's trying to control the matter. Okay. Now you have a choice here in this world, and everything and your ideas that you understand, you will learn that today. I'm gonna say learn that day. Learn that. When I say learn this day, that means your thought is important, and to use the gifts because it is your gifts. Use them. You have to understanding about it. It's very important. Now, Sagittarius, we are talking about Sagittarius and that Libra moon, and how the moon and the Pluto, and having questions why Pluto is like, why Pluto not? Pluto is can't talk and how do they transmute, and Pluto is a terrestrial and why is on trial, and Pluto is gone, question everything. So why is trials going on that house? That's the eighth house. Okay, now let me say something. When you for you can't teach everything about what your gifts is, but people want to know how. That's when they're it may not be them the chosen seed to hold that sword on their Libra. You know what I'm saying? That means a judge, a person, king, queen. They may have some things that other people don't have, but doesn't mean to belittle another person. It's just it's may not for you. See, that may not be their time, or they're not the ones that know how to hold it. When you get it, you got to know how to hold it now. You either go pull it up or pull it down, or you know how to calm down. But understanding is that you might not understand about your gifts, okay? And I've been talking about that for a long time ago, but I was trying to put as a teacher, that's all we do is read. Let's be real, okay? We read the whole room. We're gonna read it, and we're gonna read yourself first, and you're gonna read other people, because the purpose is to learn your stuff first before you can understand other people. See, that's it, and that's all. Ain't nobody else can say anything about that. But when you dealing as a teacher, you pay attention. You paid attention at all times. Libra is the scale of justice. And we got eclipse coming in here too. We got Passover. Yes, I'm going to put there. We got different people. It is about the Messiah. And it is the 12. And I am going to talk about all of it. Because I'll be lying. It's the whole thing. But understand, other things happen after. That means I'm in the right to be able to know about the whole environment for past and forward, because a teacher needs to know all of that to be able to give that to other people. So understanding, all right, Sagittarius has the sun in here. I mean, the sign of sun, it has the rising. If you have in that chart of Sagittarius, either you have what we call that is sun rising or moon rising. Okay, got justice in here, which we talking about Libra. Then I'm talking about Pluto planet, and the communication of Gemini Mercury planet is retrograde, technology and communication. So all of that, it is about planets in your charts, your natal charts. It is going to be your zodiac sign. Also, it's going to be your house placements. It depends on also your nodes. Okay, that means your node has a lot to do with your north and south. All of it is about your head. Everything is your head. It's about your mind. And also it's about your soul and your body. It's the whole thing. I started with all of fire, water, earth, and water. I think water, fire, like earth. Okay, earth, fire, water, and air. So these are the elements. Okay. And you know about that five. This is about the 5 elements as well. So all of this information, and also we got a Neptune in there. And so I believe the last video was about the Neptune too, and a little bit Uranus. So as we noticed when we started it a couple years ago, all the planets was all in line. Okay. So what they tell you. That means it's the whole thing. Now I'm only pulling out energy. Energy is what is clairvoyant, and also is a visionary in communication. And so what I'm talking is the eyes would speak what I say. So all of this is about what I've read, what I have wrote, and to information. That means the notes, speaking. All of this is like, to me, it's like the whole music sheet. It's like the class, To me, it's all of it. But when I write, it's because of that. And this Sagittarius in my chart, and everybody has one. Everybody has Sagittarius. It depends on what house it is and what places in there and different type of planets. It's all there. It's very important. You'll learn about yourself. Okay, so Sagittarius sign. Now, so you see it, I started out with that chart. What is a child? It's somebody with their youth, young, and the functions of mothers, okay? That means functions of mothers, okay? Libra, justice. And that means functions on how to deal with family, friends, community, all of this. It's the sixth house. And also birthing new ideas. And that is letting you know that that house, new ideas, oh, it's like, it's about the perception. It's about outside of the world. Okay, that means that your new ideas and other people. And I started on that the last Sagittarius, okay? Now, these are new birthing. Okay, that means new ideas, new everything, right? And there is a competition with that. Okay? And someone is cutting in front or some is building it up. If you're going to build it up, like a woman can be to the point that you'll have your whole house, function of a house. That means everybody in the house. And if you ain't functioning right, the whole house will fall down. Okay? So that means about a house. Okay? And let's get in it. Now, these houses are placements of your natal chart. Go figure it out about yourself. Sometimes we go certain way to put their stuff. You can go put yourself and all your information to someone else. There's nothing wrong with that if you think you need that, a doctor or whatever. But my understanding is mental is within you and you can change it. And if you can't do that, then you can go another route. Now, so Sagittarius, ooh, Sagittarius. Wow, wow, wow. I got a drum in here. Drum got the Sagittarius. You know what that Sagittarius is about? It's the bow. Okay? That's the arrow. Okay? Go and read about that. I have the bee. Sweet like honey. Bee is like, to me, it's honey. It's a time, to me, warm. To me, that'd be like the beginning of summer. Now, we're in spring, though. Now, that'll give you understand what's really going on. Because everything is blooming right now. The flowers and bees and everything. And then I have the snake and the star ancestor. So let me go see what the star ancestor has to say. And also about the that is angels and ancestors. Okay, we try to have respect. When we have respect, we give respect to whatever, regardless how you feel or anybody else are entitled. You have people, it's from past. Past is generational, and that is spirit. Spirit comes first. Now, when we deal with everything that we read, then I think I started back about it. It's about the past and forward. And sometimes in understanding, you south, no, you might go back in the south for a minute and go back to the north. Don't stay in there too much, but it's the understanding of about it's your ancestry. Ancestry will be your grandparents and so on, uncles. It could be your aunties, or it could be a cousin that has been a long time. It's about family, and with that, you have that. Some things you may not didn't understand, and they're there to come and help you what you don't know. Does that make sense? So let's get on here. I did say drum. Okay, now when I'm looking at what I can see is to see, is to get to understand. It's about the dream and journey. I talked about travel. Now when I look in here, you understand that it has the sun and a star, moon, and it has the, like I say, the moon is different as the moon's the full one and the what they call it, the quarter one, or I don't forget it. It's so many times of the phases of the moon, if that makes sense. Okay, so I was gonna try this one of the phase of the quarter is one of, but it's plenty of. Okay, now what I'm giving you is the whole environment of this drum. This drum has sun and a star. Now, if you look at it, okay, and that is, like I said, is a drum. Okay, now to me, you can see this have to do drum and it's wood. To me, it's like a clock, and also it's like more of like a calendar. Long time ago, this is about your past, right? And this is generational, and to understanding that it has a key here. So it's a lot of things that I can say, but some things it's just a lot for you to figure out on your own journey. There's some things I can go real deep, but my deep diver come, I can be like, hey, I ain't for everybody, but it's just for someone to want to go do their part. I'm just the one as a guide. Now, the summer. Now, summer, like I say, bask in joy and light. See, it's joy and light. So what that is telling you about the summer, but what's that we're in the spring, you know? That means something, right? Spring going into summer. Bask in it. Love in it, in the light. That makes sense? Light. Light, it means to see more or to be able, that's your time. It's like honey bee, sweet like honey. You know, to me, it's like um, springing up. To me, it's look up and change, if that makes sense. Now, let's go on in here. Now, we got the snake. Now, it has the snake. I want to say something. Let's go back on this honeycomb. Now, honey is a queen. She is a queen. Now it's a bee. She has wings on here, and you will know because she's real fat. She's gonna be the biggest one in here. Now, if you're paying attention, she laying raised. She raised up on the cone, honeycomb. That's somebody is sweet like that. I mean, she is uh, big and she's heavy. I mean, heavy mean PhD, pretty hot thing. And I was saying, the reason why I say that is very important to me, and it's for other people. To me, it's that it has a whole lot, and that means that bee is really the big queen here. All right, but the cone in those cones, if you're paying any attention, that also it has a circle. It's a time. It means that honey is going to change. It's some type of change. And with that, from spring and summer, that's what I'm looking here of change. It's a different color. If you're paying attention, honey has different colors, and depends on that of from the where I want to say different of a in the country you have different ones, south, west, and different color of honey, but it's going to tell you has to do with the temperature of the color of the honey. Okay, and knowing that honey has to do with the oxygen, and also has a lot the environment. To me, honey is like of the communications, and it's oxygen. That means that it's outside. It has perception. To me, it's like it's nature, but it's I can go into that, but it's very have to do with the perception. All right, if you're ever paying attention, when the honey has a very strong a smell, if that makes sense. It has to do with the perception and feeling. Okay, so, but it's very the point in time we used to say that honey was not it's not natural, but it is. It's very natural if that resonate. Okay. Now let's get on it because I was gonna go all the way deep in it, but I will. But I do. That's just certain things that I do know. But honey is very good. It's the smell is like a real one. It's kind of different ones. It's really strong, but the honey is good for you. It's good for tea. It's good for a lot of little things for your ailments. Okay, you could use a lot of things for honey. Okay. Now the snake here is like shed those old skin. Now we're going in transformation, and when I see the bee means transformation. I seen a butterfly, and that was like a couple days ago. So I knew that it transferred. That means that the person, yourself, Sagittarius, it could be in Libra. It could be in anything of the planet. It could be just anything. Sagittarius. The reason why I say that, because when I see the butterfly, that means it's for me, but it's about somebody that I'm talking about of the Sagittarius, because this is about Sagittarius. And if you have that in that chart, this is about you. Now, The snake is going down. Snake is knowledge, okay? You go to the hospital, you're gonna see the snake is there, okay? But also understand that snake is not always bad serpent, okay? Now, but it's pay attention when you see it. Either it's the knowledge is you or it's someone around. Positive or negative if you say that. But this here has to do transformation. That means from bodies from the shed from old skin. Now pay attention. We still talking about transform. Now let's get on her star ancestor. Okay, what about the stars? And what that is star ancestor following the voice of your soul. I started that. Now, it's about your gifts. Ancestor, your voice, communication, sixth house. Gemini's retro. And about your soul. Now, when you have that sixth house has to do with community and work, your work. Okay? Now, sixth house got to do with your work, in your workplace, and what are you doing in your environment. Okay? So, how you deal in your workforce, or work. Okay? How you do that's got to do with Sagittarius. Now, I got some information about that. Okay? Now, the problem is that when a person is teaching and holding that sword and a staff, understand that it is the visionary and what you see and the communication comes out. Okay. And I always say slow, speak, stead. But understanding to what you say and how comes out of your thoughts. Okay. Be careful how you say and what you say. And I started that when I first did my videos because I could understand that. But it is to give out what you see and what communication. Workforce is with that sixth house. Now, sixth house on that. And so, this is some of the things that's about the sixth house. And sometimes you have so much information and sometimes you're like, oh, but the sixth house is workplace. Also workers and achievements, hard work. A lot of their life or even personality relies on the job. For some reason, the relationship these people have they have with their work can be intense or a little toxic at times. Talking about Sagittarius in the sixth house. Sixth house is about karmic difficulty. Now stop. I said karma and competition in the workforce. I would say workforce. Work, whatever you do daily, your daily duties. Okay. Now, karmic comes in difficulties. Okay, that express themselves through enemies, debts, struggles, and challenges to serving others in life, and represent I call it drudgery, or going to work every day and having the discipline to do it. Now you got discipline, difficulties of karmic, and being disciplined of your work and doing it, and got karma in your own house and your work, and you have competition too, because that's the karma. Now karma is the people trying to interfere or confront of your will of your driving. You're the one driving it. Then either somebody's trying to cut you off, or you're gonna run in a ditch. However, if that resonates, so you have to understand that your new ideas and your birth of new ideas is Sagittarius. You gotta watch out now. It's the watch. And so as you see the snake is also letting you know to watch it. And the bee is also its transformation. Either all is going on, you had to go through something. You had the drum in there. Drum is the heartbeat. Heartbeat is really in a summer. And the snake and the story ancestor. So like you need to watch. You know, when you see these signs, also it's not always negative, but it's like it's there, but not to keep the negative force in you know, I could say always negative, but you're watching it. And so be, I call it diligent and discerning of all things. A visionary. Visionary is going to do that with Sagittarius. Okay, in the sixth house, it may be for somebody about this Sagittarius. Now let's get on here. We talked about retro. We did that. Also, it's telling you that the planet communication is reason and it is ethical. Thinking is think and thoughts. And the suits that the themes of the sixth house well. Okay? About the house well. House can do it well. Okay? All right. Now, also is important to establish and maintain healthy routines and habits. You know, when you have that, has Virgo in there too. So they let you know it's about the routines, habits, okay, and what governs and discipline and time management. So, you know, like I said, people don't know me like that. I say people don't know, and people might not know you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you is a lot of something, and when somebody think they know a little bit of Sagittarius, you end up fall on their own tail assets. Okay, at that resident assets. That's somebody for somebody. That's why I say Sagittarius is a lot, and like I say, it's a lot of little things with Sagittarius. Very important. And 12, like I say, if you look at it, you see it's January going all the way through 12, right? So just imagine about the star and who's the star. Star. To me, I had a I say to me it is the Messiah, and it is the 12. Now, in different type of cultures, they have different things, and this is on my channel is everybody. I'm not cutting nobody. The spirit is here, and spirit is first. So if anybody resonate, okay, I'm not cutting nobody. It's just to understand that you have to respect other people and their own ideas, and not to cut somebody off, because it's about compromise. Visionary and Sagittarius is compromising, and with that is a vision to see and to understand that they are important. Now, for what reason why it's not confirmed of a compromise and of a visionary, that's the problem. That's for someone else that need to do their work or to get the understanding. Now, I have an arrow in here, another arrow. It says misdirected arrow, Sagittarius unaware, and it got to do with a conscious record generation tree, and it is about past. Now, past is about to South Node. Now, let's get on this conscious records into the generational tree that has to do with past. Also, it has things that I noticed that different thing. It is the past is the past, and they want people to leave past alone and become in the new. You know, when you're shedding all the old skin, you're supposed to be able to do that. Now, if I go in there and tell you about that and different type of, I've read that you're supposed to, certain things can't hold the water. It's been broken of old things, and you want new things, and we're coming in well. We want fresh water, and we don't want no stale water. We want sweet water, and that makes sense. Now, with that, with me, of my visionary communication, this is what I'm talking about, Sagittarius and Sagittarius houses, okay? Now, empath physical and symptoms because of their heightened sensitives. And sensitivities mean as a person physical, and their soul has to do with that information of healing properties. Healing properties, gifts, and that was given, okay? Now, what we got in here, we got a serial cheating, hanging multiple partners, and increasing cruelty with the all narcissistic cheating pattern to be aware of. Now, sorry to say that. When I learned about convert narcissistic, it is for past. That's your generation. Now, let's get it in here because it's about that. After old things are past and new and transformed, and this is what that is, and how you deal with your mental of things that have been placed in your environment of your generation of that house. And so it also, we got work too. And you also have to understand about the vision and the communication about of work and building, because this is what this is about. Okay, how you deal with other people in your work environment, and how other people can cut you out and put you aside and put you on the side and not to be in the front. You understand? That means a person that was trying to be rise up to another opportunity. Okay, an opportunity was not given and put them to the side, doing of somebody doing a convert of narcissistic ways. Okay, now empath is the feeling person that absorb other emotion. This person, Sagittarius, probably has some problems going on with the work environment. Okay, and what that is that the cause problems and put him on the side, him or her, about the issue, because justice of that Libra is going to tell you that. Because justice here, she's here about the lady holding the scale, about the information about a Sagittarius, has to do with the retro communication technology. Also is going to tell you about the planet, and also has to do with Virgo too. And Virgo is the placement of that is could have on their chart. Now, I got having multiple partners and increasing cruelty and all narcissistic cheating patterns, and to be aware of. Okay, I think I said that. And touch yet not my anointing, and do no evil to my prophets, and to do my prophets no harm. Now, when I'm on that, then you know it's about the P. People, the prophets is the visionary, okay, and communication. Okay, those P words has to do with philosophical and philosophy. That means anything about a visionary and communication, because this is what we're talking about. Now, we have Pluto in here. I have some other information here about that. And it has about the dwarf planet, Pluto. Now, dwarf, about the information about set apart and warring force. And force has to do with the force be with you, or is it forced? And we're talking about compromising about the visionary. And is it compromise of visionary or uncompromise? Now, I feel like that something bodies didn't have the opportunity and sit on the side for reasons, my understanding. And with that, let me know that I would call it. Here we have some things in here. I have certain to do with the romancing of the Hades. And you know what romance is? I call it Rome Nancy. So when you go into that Nancy, them are some Nancy's. You know what them Nancy's? We don't think, yeah, you know them Nancy. Now we got Nancy or Susie or Sally Walker. Which one? I'm calling some of the names I've been calling perception. And if you think that this is about something else, it's on you. It's about feminine and how the functions of it. And they're gonna be in that Libra with that. Either it's justice or you off on your scale. It may be on another scale. But my understanding, I feel like somebody got justice on that moon that go against it. That means somebody has justice through what they went through. And to me, my understanding that they travel. The person has transformed. This Sagittarius has went through something and transformed to something else. Okay, that means something rebirth, meaning it came from one to the next. We're in new spring. That is, let's call it, Lord, there it go again. And I said every time, communication. That's the spring equinox. and that is something new. It's on the way. Now, when we're going here about negative, and negative has to Nancy has to do with their mind. That has to do with something about dark. That means something dark, hidden, and you when you in hidden in things, it means it's a reason why it's in hidden for some reason. Okay, that's for you to do that, Sagittarius. Okay. Also, it lets something know it's more is what you think it is, but also don't mistake it. Use your thoughts that do nicely with your thoughts because it come back to you. I always talking about retro. Retro is go back, but also understand what goes around comes back to you, and what is a normal thing. It's been here from times ago. So Pluto, it's a lot going on with that. It's hidden for what reason, and why are they trying to take it out? And it's like you question it. That's like planning is already here, and why somebody wanted to remove it. And let you know it's a lot going on with that eighth house. That's Scorpio. Okay. Now, it's cold. Sometimes it's cold blooded for a reason. It's got a lot of little information on that. And like I said about the serpent, like I said, the serpent is not always negative, but it's there when you see the serpent. Is to be understand, to watch and discern what's surrounding your environment. Now, understand, I try to not to be all negative Nancy. I'm her talking. I'm trying to be understanding. You have a balance, and it's for you to do the work about what's going on in the Sagittarius. Okay, this is something for somebody, Sagittarius. Okay, and that natal chart or your zodiac. Okay, also tarot too, because it depends on about that game of the chess now. Okay, now right now I'm seeing rabbits. Okay, I've been seeing rabbits. If that is in your environment, that's good things, because that means it's springing up. That means something is going. Your lady luck. We coming from March. We're coming for the four-leaf clover. We're coming in star of 17. 17 has to do with a star, Jupiter, or could be in Cancer. Just giving out information. 7 is travel, and also it is the chariot. Okay, if that resonates for anybody. Okay, so international and strong. To me, it's like the Astro, Houston. If that's in resonate for Sagittarius, so I have something to do is Houston, Texas. This got something in the Astro. Okay, maybe that has to do with Houston. Okay, they say Houston. It's like we got a problem, Houston. Okay, we got a problem. If that is, I have a rabbit in here. Also has a repeteur. It was like the raw, maybe raw bitter. Maybe somebody biting. Somebody like, a rabbit, they bite. They like cabbages and leaves. Maybe somebody like to eat salads or something. Maybe somebody likes salad. Somebody like your salad. If that's not resonate to you, move on. Move on real quick. Now, also, the issues is who missed the opportunity. Not your protected 144. So I say, who missed the opportunity? Somebody. Who missed the opportunity? Was it not, or you was not promised from a promise that you didn't, your I guess, didn't get the opportunity. That's why Sagittarius acting out. Maybe they acting out. Let me tell you something, actor. Let me say about this. I always say it's a medium. Acts. Because that's all we in here. You got a choosers of a witch. Witch is choices. That means a good one or bad. That mean of choice. This is talking about how the name and how it can be of a sound of it. How you speak. Communication. Like, okay, how did you get that? It's the function of different things of vowels. And also has to do with syllables. And I say syllables. And it has to do with the pronunciation of languages. Okay. It has a lot to do with a lot of funk in the jump. How we speak. Some people may know how to understand and break down different things without the giving a dictionary, without the dictionary. Does that make sense? Some people are gifted like that. And may seem things, may have new language that we need to be added on, and to things is new. So everybody want to be new things, Maybe some things old is not necessary. Maybe some things we got new ideas and may have to. Some things is more. I don't know. I have one thing on here. I'm going at the dictionary. Sometimes it's the greatest of things of dictionaries, and some people might need have more intellect of different things that need to be added onto the dictionary. And some people, it's a difference, but that's a beautiful thing. If a person can't get you, you must be doing something well because they can't understand it. It's a different language. Maybe add it if that resonate. Let's move it on. I got Beaming Steaming. When I say Beaming Steaming, that has me to as a movie, but that's about the football. That's Shaw Jamie Foxx. Boy, Beaming. If you understand about that, he already had it right, and he was kind of meek. Maybe is that makes sense. Is that he knew one day it was going to be his time, but it was somebody with a football player, quarterback. He hurt himself, and so he had it, but he had his own mindset how he was going to do things, and I guess that he had a problem. That means the coach is like that ain't what it is. You supposed to do what you're doing, what you're told. He's like he's seeing the visionary. He's saying it. And he was like, no, no, no. But whenever they had this man, no, we're just gonna use him for. He was training. He was just a training. Oh, he just gonna be there for a moment. But out of all of the movie, the person of this Beeman, he went in there. He had a beautiful girlfriend and everything. And all of a sudden, and the one he was going through all that stuff. Now he started feeling himself. Forgot about his visionary. But he had the visionary anyway. But the flatter. That is I need what's a mallet up in here? When somebody got that money, got all that stuff going on, and girls and everything, he was flattering. He got into the mess and all of that. Nobody liked him after that. He got big headed. His head was big. Sagittarius. This is what I'm talking about. So that let you know that got him in trouble. He lost the girl. Wait a minute. He didn't want her no more. He didn't want her no more. So she started acting out. So she started being silly, trying to get in the environment too. Now, Sagittarius let you know that flattery gets you in trouble, okay? But also letting you know that later on they needed him. And so he started listening to I guess the coach. He's the one that he hurt himself, so he started listening and understand how he could still do what he had to do with his own ideas because he had gifts too. So they let you know at the end of it, the coach he ended up picking him later on, and he was a player. It was a trick. They tricked him. So the coach seen that. Jamie Foxx was very talented, and he was gonna fix it because he already had issues anyway ahead. You know how that is when you have somebody is a owner of the different type of football. I say, well, not the football, but the I guess when it's somebody is theirs, their own title of stuff, and they had somebody else was interfered too. He had ideas too, so it seemed like the coach was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix them." They ended up picking Jamie Foxx. They went somewhere else, but that's what if that resonated. I don't know Houston. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's resonating for that, but it's something. Moving on. So Sagittarius, I'm just saying something about how when you've been called to do certain things, and sometimes the person not able to can not be able to do the job anymore, and somebody had to be replaced in order to do something. You never know. They always have an open mind when you're doing something. You never know. Sometimes you can get and be negative if you would like to. Sometimes you've done something negative, you need to bring some positive because that's all you've been doing in a couple of days or something. If that's Sagittarius, if they're resonate somebody. Sometimes you're trying to have some balance because you want to keep the energy and what you're giving out to the other people. Okay, Sagittarius. Now, let's see anything else. I have in here abundance and hard work, invested in celebration, love, addict, and narcissistic equal and addiction. Oh, that's that addiction and emotional. Convert narcissistic and gifts. This is like the old things. They want you that old back. That old back. They wanted that old things back. I mean, it could be a past of a person. They want something back for what they had, and they want it back. But after they done so much, when a person has done that, now if that's family, friends, or community, or a person that is a past partner, that means that sometimes they done so much, then ain't nothing too much to be done after it's been already had. Only thing in transformation is a person they have to transform, if that makes sense. Sagittarius. Sometimes that person that probably who, if that was another person or is it you, has been about that love addictions about certain people. And sometimes you just have to let a person find their own way. They have to recover from all of the addiction, sexual addiction, if that makes sense. Because after you have so used to doing it for so much, then you take away off of it, then you'll learn how to be able to calm yourself down. If that's sexual, and if it's convert, that's a cold thing. We had a snake in here now. That's convert. Narcissistic ways. They cold. They cold blooded. They cold blood. That means cold, cold. That means I'm warm, no nothing. And if they act like that, honey, I say cut. You shed your wig and go transform it. See, a person that, let's empath. Let's say this about empath. How you dealing with cold people like that? The best thing to me is like fall. This not gonna sound right to me. It is. And a person is constantly. Sometimes you have to get in the way. How can I say this? Fall and fall with them. Then when you fall with them, and that means that they didn't win this one, because sometimes you just allow them to do what they gonna be, or you gonna be with. Some people are not for everybody, and some people you have a choice. You can want to choose life or death. Which one you want? I say life. Death is not for it. Like I say, death is beginning, but sometimes you don't want around that environment. Okay, that's not helping you or healthy for no one else. Sometimes people is not for everybody, and sometimes don't feel good when you hear another person, because the purpose is to be with you anyway. I'm forced with that. See, that's what I'm saying. Forced. That's convert narcissistic ideas, thoughts. And if that's Sagittarius now, you get down being cold like that, ice. That's like fire and ice. You know what I'm saying? That's like the desire of it. And empaths are very important. And so is narcissistic, if they can transform from that into an empath. And I let you know a lot of that past generation of that tree. It's a change. It's convert, cold. Sometimes the direction of it, the Sagittarius. Sagittarius is on, wait a minute. I think that's Sagittarius and Libra is Aries. So Pisces, I believe. So Aries is Libra, Taurus. Yeah, I believe it's Pisces. Yeah, it got to do with Pisces. Just came from that. Come from Pisces, so that let you know. So that's something going on with your thoughts, patterns, and how be able to be so coming from of a past of the soul. This is past soul. This is old things trying to make new. You know, I ain't gonna say that, but somebody trying oh, trying to be something else. But I ain't gonna say this is fun, but I ain't gonna say I wanna say it so bad, but anyway, trying to be something. It's like old come back trying to be a new. But I guess if that resonates to somebody, man, that's somebody old trying to be a new. You know, that's like a you know, I tell you about the girl. It's the young thing. I'm trying to tell you, it's about that old and new things. Y'all, it's real. If I'm not, I've read enough, and it's like different type of thing. I have to say it, guys and new guys. Sorry, it is about old stuff and new stuff, and to me, it's a war on that because of the youngful. It's youthful. It's youth. It's new. It's birth. It's like you got these new ideas and new things you want to do, and it's like, oh my God, I don't know about that. We finna cut right. Hey, wait a minute, something wrong. Yes, I know somebody trying to cut in front of my car. Beep beep. They try to put you over there on the side. Get over here. The alarm's like, nope. It's like the alarm telling you to get on the side of the road. It's like police officers trying to get in front. You gotta, oh, yeah. I said, Lord, I do something wrong. Sagittarius, you did something. Somebody cut in front of you. For what reason? Trying to put you on the side. For what reason? Okay. It's very important with new ideas. New birthing, it is police time. Police time. Po. Police, detective. I did say it. Somebody trying to cut you off for what reason? You must got some tickets, so you got somebody tickets, or you need to pay a fine. Or just reasons why. If they're somebody get cut off. Well, Pluto, Scorpio, all of this, it's about that moon, Libra, all the information. It is something in Sagittarius. Transform. Now, I had something here. It's always like an advice or meditation or the numbers I've seen so much. 744, 844, 944, 12, 12, 12. It's like so many different things. 7 and 3. It's some other little things on in here, but like I said, let's calm down. Let things calm down. We coming at some as you don't want to make the environment in a good time at times what it is right now. You want to keep peace at all time, but understanding about discerning of things is for you to do the work of the visionary and the communication that I've pulled out about Sagittarius. So now, this is about the energy that I'm pulled. Now, like I said, if someone, a butterfly, lets you know it's transformed, okay, that means that the person is the visionary communication is to give it to others. You can't hold it to yourself and be given. That's all I've been given is given. This means the visionary communication. That's what we do in life. Some things may not, things that's not tasteful and communication that's been given or transferring spirits to others. You have to figure it out where it's coming from, how you can a person transferring to you and how to deal with it and learn another way, not to be take the energy negative to yourself and become negative Nancy, negative Sally, or Susie Walker too, and to give out to other people because that's the purpose, right? And how to deal with it, the strength, how you deal with the environment. You know, stinks negatives around doesn't mean that they can control of the matter, and you have to figure out how you bring your light in a darkness when they always travel around. So you don't want it. You could transfer them another way. So that's why I say when I say fall, you can fall. You know what I'm saying? When they acting like that, you know how to do that. You don't have to be with them. But like they do too much negative themselves, then it's going to fall anyway. You don't have to do the work like that. That's how you dealing with negative people. With the covert narcissistic, let them. because that's the energy. It's gonna fall. Then you become something new. That makes sense. The last card I had too, like that last video, and it says about I think it's the fall, and it had to do with that crow, right? And it kept saying that what was in fall is in fall. We're in spring. They're letting you know, don't worry about it. Now we seeing summer in here. We're in spring. You letting you know, it's giving you the information. Spring is on the way. Everything is going forward. Everything is fine. It's nothing negative in here. But it also say, be discerning in between the star ancestor, right there. You gotta watch. You got to do that knowledge part. It's coming. So let me get that right quick.